Hello everyone, Jurassic Man here, and today we're going to do a review on the new and possibly quite popular toys at the moment, the Jurassic World Dino Rivals Battle at Big Rock set. Now this set comes with two new figures, one a slight retool, and another possibly a new sculpt. I'm going to say possibly because I'm going to do some comparisons later, because I had this in my mind for quite a while, but yeah. So, what do we have here? It is the Battle at Big Rock set, the Nasutoceratops. Now, this is one dinosaur I was not expecting to get a toy this early on. I did know that Universal did confirm, or I think it was Universal or someone else, confirmed that there would be a short at the Hobbs and Lops Fast and the Furious spinoff, trying to get people to watch the movie, and their idea was to make a live-action short featuring two dinosaurs dueling out at some place called Battle at Big Rock. I don't know what it is, but I do know is that the toys that are made for this specific short look incredible and probably very nicely articulated. So, let's get right to it. First thing you want to know about this new Dino Rivals set is that Owen is no longer here, possibly because this is an exclusive sort of set for the advertised Battle at Big Rock, which in my case does not have any of the known casts we know so far, so which means if they put Owen there, people would think Owen would be there, so I'm guessing they took him out, and now we finally get what the Dino Rivals box set should look like. Although there is a bit of a difference considering how there's an obvious seam in this. Let's just pretend that it is part of some kind of blue line effect. Speaking of which, instead of being pure red like most of the Dino Rival sets, it is blue in the front and on the sides. Of course, on the corner you'll have new, but some people are already finding ones without this new sectional right here. So yeah, this is a dual attack set, which means they're basically retooled Roarvors, and so they have dual attacks, the back side and the front side. We'll get into that later, but right now, let's see the back of the box. This is a nice front shot of the Nasutoceratops. And that was not supposed to happen, but let's get right to it. So yeah, there is the back of the box. It has a nice rendition of the figure, showing both how it works, along with the collector cards and what you get in this set, which is the other Battle at Big Rock Allosaurus, and the repainted Concavinator. So there's that. We'll get the card out later, and we got the figure already out, so let's get right to the review. Alright, so we got the Nasutoceratops here, and I gotta say, other than the color, this is a very well sculpt. I am gonna be a bit of a paleontologist right here and say that this head sculpt is a bit exaggerated for what a Nasutoceratops would look like. What they do have correctly is the overall holes that these Nasutoceratops do possess, which is something that not a lot of people usually do when I see reconstruction of. The frill is a bit too square, I gotta say. It's more kind of like Triceratops in a way. Those that do play the Lydia game would know that this is an odd look of the Nasutoceratops compared to what it was, because that one actually had more realism with its head sculpt. Same thing with the obvious big horns. Nasutoceratops was famously known for having bull horns, something that was pretty cool for a dinosaur, convergently involving the same pattern horns as that of a modern day bull, which is awesome. However, they didn't name Nasutoceratops for his horns, they named it for his big nose. That's right, the creature that has cow horns is not called Toroceratops or anything like that. That already belongs to Torosaurus. But Nasutoceratops is known for its name for having a big nose, which you can obviously see right here. Unknown what I'm not sure what those the huge nose is for, but I'm pretty sure it's something about smelling or maybe communication. I don't know. A lot of Ceratopsians do live in the same place, so I'm guessing they both have different distinct look and sound, and I'm guessing this is its answer of distincting itself from other members of the species. So yeah, the head sculpt is really good, exaggerated, but is what you get from Jurassic World. Now here's the body sculpt, and here is where I start to begin my sort of issue. The head sculpt is really nice and is new. The front legs do look new as well. They look pretty cool. This back leg might be somewhat familiar, and the tail and body is where I want to go to the comparison. So instead of being like most other reviews, which they usually show out the attack pack and such, and the action feature and sculpt, I'm just gonna focus on why I think this might be a resculpt, or as I can say, kit bash. So what I got here is the Triceratops, and I want to compare the tails. And you know, when I look at it this way, I always feel like that maybe this could be a reuse of the tail, but from looking at it like this, I don't see it. So let's get the other Ceratopsian, the aka Sinoceratops, and compare the tail. Let's do it this way. Somewhat close, but not exactly. Now let's compare it to the body. Yeah. Okay, so a little example of why I'm doing this is because for a while now, I kind of thought that Nasutoceratops was a Kit Bash figure, like that new Savage Strike Blue, which has a lot of Kit Bash mysteries to it. But once again, Mattel has proven us that they don't Kit Bash their figures, which means they don't reuse the same figures or details for other dinosaurs, like a lot of people did. Had the same idea for a lot of the other dinosaurs, thinking they just reuse the same tool, but instead they use the same sculpt for each individual animal, minus the Gallimimus that has two different sculpts, and maybe the Dilophosaurus. But they always shared the same sculpt with retools to incorporate the action feature, which here I thought it was a Nasutoceratops body. However, the Nasutoceratops body is 100% new sculpt, and I thought it was a Sinoceratops, aka Pachyrhinosaurus body. However, the Pachyrhinosaurus has more larger scutes that seem to go that way instead of downwards as the Nasutoceratops sculpt is. Not to mention has these huge osteoderm bumps on his body and this nice rigidness. So it could be a digital resculpt of the retool, or this can be 100% new and is just based off the other Ceratopsian sculpts. So yeah, there's that. The coloration on the Nasutoceratops is pretty cool as well. A little extreme, I gotta say. But I gotta say, too much says. I gotta say that this is a pretty awesome sculpt. Another thing I'd like to mention is that how this underbelly right here is very smooth. And I'm guessing they're probably planning a Roarvor version of the Nasutoceratops soon. So if I'm right, that we will have a Roarvor version. Maybe not this year, or maybe next year. Who knows? Hopefully we get one for the Parasaurolophus and does not sound like another T-Rex. So, this sculpt is all new, I'm guessing, and it looks very nice. Much better than the other sculpts from the Ceratopsians we have. Articulation is pretty amazing, because this is the first Ceratopsian to have head articulation that isn't just for the action feature. As this guy can move his head from left to right. There's no up or down yet, but hopefully we get that soon for later figures. But yeah, head articulation for the Ceratopsian, and this is the first for us. Hopefully more will come soon. Details on these guys are pretty great, you know. For articulation on the back legs is what you expect. Legs go forward, legs go back, inwards, outwards. It's what you get from the new Mattel figures. So yeah, that's pretty standard. Another note I would like to mention real quickly is the details, or the material they use for the head. As long as the Allosaurus, as I heard from my friends, the head is a soft plastic or hard rubber, which means this guy has long exaggerated horns, which got other Triceratops cancelled back in the day, do not have effect here because they're soft. Something Kenner probably should have done in the first place when they saw this, but let's not do that. So, let's get right to the action feature, and that action feature is like that of the other dual attack slash Roarvors, and that is, there are two buttons. The top button moves the head, course, you could put it in different angles, so it looks like the Nasutoceratops is nodding to another individual in the background, or out of view. The tail is pretty lackluster, I gotta say myself. It's pretty floppy. I don't really know why they have this, but it's alright. At least it's not like how the old toys used to be, where you just use this back leg and you would always, ram this like that. I don't know, I didn't like that Triceratops toy. But yeah, this figure is honestly really cool, and I just love it. It's just an awesome figure. It's a new design, new toy, no retools, no nothing. Possibly the same mechanism as the other Triceratops, since we're gonna have 2 repaints of its dual attack version of the trike. But yeah, this is a really cool toy. Not a lot of paint on it, I do gotta say. Like the claws and these individual horns like they did for the Triceratops and the Pachyrhinosaurus, but it's what you get, I can see why. Maybe the rubber will probably rub off the paint, but then there's the horns. But yeah. So yeah, this is a really cool figure. Okay, I'm dragging this on too long. Let's get to the card. Now the collector's card has a nice rendition of the Nasutoceratops. The lighting's not very good here for you, but you can see that these artist depictions are very nicely made. It has 8 strengths, 4 speed, 3 intelligence, and 7 attack. It's not very smart or speedy, but it is pretty strong, and it can carry a lot of weight into it, so it makes it 22. Nothing in the back. What we got there? So let's get right into comparisons. Here's a comparison with the 2 ceratopsians. As you can see, it is bigger than the Triceratops and slightly smaller than the Pachyrhinosaurus. So it's right in between. It's a medium-sized ceratopsian, though they are pretty big. The Triceratops is pretty lackluster. Hopefully, maybe one day we'll get a scale up for the Triceratops in the future. But for now, this is the best we got. So yeah, these are very well made. Either side comparison of a common Dino Rivals figure, the Draco Rex. I'm pretty sure everyone has a Draco Rex at this point, so if you do, you could have a good comparison with these two. And if you don't, then you can have a comparison with the Triceratops, and now the Nasutoceratops. So you can get a pretty basic scale of these two. And of course, we have a scale of Allegrans, which is something everyone should at least have, an Allegran figure. So you get pretty much a good scale up these two. So what score would I give this Nasutoceratops? Now, for Battle at Big Rock, as in one of his main sets, this is a pretty cool figure. The toy itself is really nice, the sculpt and details is amazing, the articulations are kind of iffy, but the new head articulation is pretty cool as well. I like the coloration, this red-blue, kind of reminds me of Spider-Man in a way, but I don't know, I'm pretty sure people are going to see that now, but you can't really see it compared to a Nasutoceratops. But yeah, I would give this figure a 5 out of 5. It's just really great. I just like the figure, the sculpt. Dual attack feature is alright for a Triceratopsian sculpt. Head bashing is pretty normal, and tail is kind of weak, which is probably why I don't have the other Triceratops. But yeah, you can find this guy, not very common, but some people have seen them more often in Walmarts for at least the $15, the same price as the Roar sets. So there's not much of a $20. The Allosaurus, however, is a bit hard to track down. I have yet to find it at the moment of this video, but hopefully I do find it eventually, and I will review that with an Nasutoceratops. I know I didn't review an Allosaurus Roar with this guy, but I'm waiting for the actual guy, because I want to compare those two as well. So yeah, I hope you guys like this review. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.